I'm Paul Nixon.
And I'm Clarice Nixon. We are college educators, and this is College Hacks. Today we're talking about asking for an extension. And remember the golden rule here, context matters. Your professor has a context through which they're receiving your message, just like you have a context through which you're sending a message. Because this is a request, that means it could be denied. So kind of come with the plan B in the back of your head. If this extension is denied, if this extension that you're asking for is denied, what are you going to do now? So don't put all of your eggs in the extension basket. If you get an extension, fantastic,
Great.
Move forward.
Yeah.
But if you don't, well, now what? So think through the process.
Whether your reason for asking for an extension is valid or invalid, whether you receive the extension or not, you want to make sure you take responsibility for your situation. Ultimately, this is your education.
Right.
So very often I hear students say something like, I was working on this thing for your class. And I have to remind my students, I don't have a class.
It's your class.
Yeah. So this is not my class in that sense. This is your class. So you want to take ownership.
Right.
Take responsibility for your class. So whether you receive the extension or not, take responsibility. One good way to take responsibility is to learn the material and then demonstrate that you've learned the material, whether or not they accept the assignment.
Right.
So even if the professor does not accept the assignment, do the assignment anyway.
Right.
The goal is not just grades, the goal is learning.
Right.
So if you learn the material, then that'll help you moving forward. Sometimes a student will have a gap in their knowledge because they missed an assignment and it was too late to turn it in.
Right.
But what I'm suggesting is that if you did the assignment, even if you got 0 points, you wouldn't have that knowledge gap.
Right.
And then a future assignment wouldn't be negatively affected because you had the knowledge gap. So in your email, in your request, make sure to use reasons, do not use excuses.
Right.
There's a big difference.
So what's the difference between reasons and excuses then?
So here's an example. A reason for missing a deadline is I had to have surgery.
That's a good reason. That's a very good reason.
I was in a car accident.
Yeah, that's a good. I mean, we're sorry, but that's a reason.
Yeah, we're not suggesting you get in a car accident.
Right.
I'm just saying that's a reason.
Right.
An excuse is I had too many other classes.
Yes. An excuse is I overslept.
Yeah.
An excuse is I didn't hear my alarm.
An excuse is I ran out of time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So and that kind of goes back to the technical difficulties thing. Some of those technical difficulties are reasons and some of them are excuses.
Right.
Right? So even something like my laptop broke could be an excuse if you didn't prepare properly.
Right. So if you even if your extension is denied and you follow through with the work, or even if you complete the work before you even ask for an extension, your professor is more likely to honor your request if they see that you're moving forward with the learning process in a responsible way.
Your professor is going to honor your effort.
Right.
Probably.
By giving you an extension.
Right.
Even if they've said in the past, no, I'm not giving it to you, and you just happen to slip the extension in an email and say, you know what, I know you said that I couldn't have an extension for this, however, I completed the work anyway. Would you be willing to give me 1 or 2 points of feedback to help me moving forward? If I got an email like that, even after I denied an extension, I would probably at the very least accept the assignment for partial credit, if not for all of the credit, just because, you know what, I'm saying to myself, this student is proactive, this student is serious, this student really appreciates and understands the necessity for that back and forth feedback. I'm just gonna give them the points.
And see, it's really hard for a professor to turn down giving credit for work that's in their hand.
Right.
So if you walk up to me and say, hey, Professor Nixon, how you doing? I was late with the assignment, I'm so sorry about that, here it is. As opposed to, can I do it?
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Here's the assignment that was due yesterday.
Right.
Versus, hey, can I do the assignment that was due yesterday? There's a really, really big difference.
Right.
I'm not gonna take your assignment out of your hand and throw it in the trash.
Right.
Right? I might say, no, you can't have an extension.
Right.
But I'm not gonna take your assignment and throw it in the trash.
Right.
If you send me an email and say, here's the late assignment, I'm sorry, I know you said no extensions. I
Right.
know this is late, I'm so sorry, whatever. Again, it's much less likely I'll delete the email. You know what I mean? I'll take the assignment, and at the very least, even if I don't give you credit, at the very least, I will give you feedback. I think the biggest point we're trying to make here is that with an extension, the goal for you needs to be learning the material anyway.
Right.
Do the assignment anyway, whether you get the extension or not. If you have time, do the assignment before you ask for the extension.
Right.
If an assignment is due at midnight and you finish it at 1 a.m., don't stop at midnight because it's late.
Right. Keep going.
Finish the assignment.
Yes.
Turn it in at 1.
Right.
The professor will see it's late and the professor will do something or won't, whatever.
Right.
But you turned it in, you learned the stuff.
Right.
So did we miss anything? Is there any information about extensions that you would like to know? Anything that you've experienced that you want us to talk about, that you want to mention to us? Shoot us an email or send us some comments. We'll get back to you.